Good evening, friends. Selamat Patang to our friends in Brunei. Sing ciao if you're watching in Vietnam. Come on in to the One Play Sports eSports Spectrum, this magnificent arena, which for the next 4 weeks is home to the One Play Sports C Nations Cup Group A action on the way with Brunei against Vietnam. The man alongside me needs no introduction, but I'm going to give him one anyway. The godfather of the gaming, the man that put the E into eSports. Shout out to Collywood on the T-shirt of Nitin tonight. It is the notorious Nitin Nambiar. Nitin, good to have you here. And let's see if either Vietnam or Brunei can capitalise from both Thailand and Malaysia dropping points on Wednesday night in match night 1.
Yeah, fantastic to be here, Patrick. We saw great games on match night 1, Malaysia versus Thailand. Both sides coming out even with 3 points each. And Vietnam and Brunei could be looking to capitalise on that situation in Group A.
Let's tell you what this is all about. This magnificent One Play Sports C Nations Cup, $2,500 up for grabs. What about that? The 8 nations, Singapore, Malaysia, Indonesia, Thailand, Myanmar, Vietnam, Brunei and the Philippines. We started on Wednesday and we're with you every Wednesday, Friday and Sunday at 11 p.m. Singapore time. That's GMT +8. What one thing, Nitin, have all the games got in common?
What one thing have all the games got in common? They're all featuring teams from Southeast Asia.
They're live and exclusive on One Play Sports. It's right there on the page, man. Anyway, let's get down to business and tell you what is happening in terms of the group stage, Groups A and B. Nitin and Youssef conducted the draw last week. And it's safe to say you did, Nitin, give us a group of death in A. And we're going to see if Vietnam can start upsetting the apple cart, the unseeded team tonight.
Yeah, Group A definitely. Thailand, Malaysia, the powerhouses paired with Brunei and the dark horses of the tournament, in my opinion, Vietnam. So Group A looking very exciting indeed.
We start Group B on Sunday. Shout out to Singapore and the Philippines. We'll see you in action right here, same time, same place on Sunday. Indonesia and Myanmar make up Group B. Now let's update you with the tables and the fixtures that have already come, because Thailand and Malaysia currently joint top of Group A with identical results. It really was like real football, wasn't it? It's the kind of two results you'd expect if they were to play each other on the football pitch with grass on it instead of on the virtual arena of FIFA 20. Moving on, we can see the table shows they're locked at the top. But that means, of course, 4 points or 6 points for either Brunei or Vietnam will take them rocketing to the top. And remember, with only 6 games in the group stage, if you can get up to that top spot now, you're in great shape, Nitin, moving forward.
Yeah, definitely. I think both teams should be aiming to get 6 points here. They'll put them in a comfortable position in Group A, considering they've got tougher games against Thailand and Malaysia coming up. The 6 points today could be key.
Let's rattle through the fixtures to tell everyone when and where their team is playing tonight. Brunei, Vietnam. Sunday, Singapore, the Philippines. Next Wednesday, Indonesia and Myanmar. Friday is Thailand and Brunei. These are all group games, of course, where the top 2 from each group will go to the semi-finals. Malaysia, Vietnam, cracker of a game, May the 17th. That's a Sunday. The following Wednesday, Philippines, Myanmar. Singapore and Indonesia. That's going to be a test for the Singaporeans. That is Wednesday the 27th. Thailand, Vietnam, another big battle on Friday the 29th. Before we conclude the group stages with Malaysia, Brunei, a game at that point Malaysia might have to take 4 or 6 points from to get through. Indonesia, the Philippines and Singapore wrap up the group stage up against Myanmar. As always, we're all about creating communities and building heroes here at One Play Sports. And we want you to be part of the fun and games, even if you're stuck at home suffering with this horrible ongoing COVID-19 situation and you're not a gamer. We want you to be involved. And to that end, what do they need to do, Nitin?
They need to send in their... firstly, they need to
like share, follow, comment. Like, share, follow, comment. LSFC is what it's all about. Let's give some early shout-outs. We've got Morales Men on here. We've got Jep, I can't read, Jep Watter. I'm just going to say Jack Watter because I think I might make it sound rude. He's on the Facebook. I'm checking this all the way through the live broadcast, so give us a shout out and we will mention your name if you send something in. Email as well if you want to get an early advance booking for your shout out. The email address is studio@oneplaysports.com. You got any shout outs you'd like to give today, Nitin?
Yeah, sure, man. I'd like to shout out to my nephew and niece who'll probably be watching this tomorrow. Hi, Aran and Zara.
Oh, bless. I'd like to say hello as well to Julia and John Kerr, the two little boy and girl that are close to my heart.
Very cute, those two.
They are very cute. You've seen the videos of them, haven't you? Whatever you're doing, I'm assuming you're at home with your friends and family. Get them round your phone or your laptop, or if you're streaming this on your television, we are going to give you an hour of exhilarating One Play Sports C Nations Cup action. And tomorrow night, we're back again with the first match in the round of 16 in the One Play Pro Cloud Challenge. That's what began it all in terms of esports here on One Play Sports. to the moon of Thailand against La Rojak Football of Singapore. That's going to be a cracker tomorrow, Nitin.
Yeah, definitely. Two teams of the highest quality. The Thai League champions versus the Singapore League champions. Can you ask for more in a round of 16 Thai?
You certainly can't. And on the theme of wanting you to be part of our great community here on One Play Sports, if you were with us on Match Night 1, you'd have seen a couple of fantastic renditions of the Malaysian and Thai national anthem. We want you, your country needs you to sing your anthem. If you want to be part live on our pre-match coverage, you can send us your video singing your national anthem of one of the 8 countries you see on the flags there. You can film it on landscape in your phone and WhatsApp it to us on +65 9721 7756. Or if you want to, you can email the videos to studio@oneplaysports.com. We will be crossing live very shortly for renditions of the Vietnamese and Brunei national anthems. And that's because Match Night 2 gives us 2 clashes between the aforementioned Vietnam and Brunei. The first clash will be in Brunei at the Hassan Al Bolkiah Stadium. The second one will move to Vietnam's stadium, the Mai Dinh National Stadium. And Nitin, 2 big clashes. We expect the second one to start around about 11:30 p.m. and Brunei very much the unknown quantity. We've seen lots of those Vietnam players already in the Pro Club Challenge, but we don't know what to expect from Brunei. It could be anything.
Yeah, but as you mentioned, we've seen players from Royal Cavaliers, Pui FC, Brotherhood VN and the VN Brothers. They are the main core of the Vietnam team. With regards to the Brunei team, they are an unknown quantity. And as far as I know, unknown quantities can be very dangerous. This is the stage they've set up for themselves. Can they make themselves known quantities after today? We'll find out.
Going to find out indeed. Nitin, talk us through that all-important team news, because as I mentioned before, plenty of familiar faces in the Vietnam ranks, but we are literally going to have to suck it and see with Brunei. We don't know what to expect, but there's a host of talent we know for a fact in that team that Vietnam line up with today.
Yep, both teams are playing a 4-3-3. Again, with Brunei, we haven't seen much of them in action, so it's hard to pick out a player to watch for today. But with regards to Vietnam, again, as I mentioned earlier, we've got 4 teams in the Pro Club Challenge, and those 4 teams are heavily represented in this Vietnam team. Matt Kalele, of course, is the player manager who you interviewed pre-match just now.
Yeah, spoke to him at 10 p.m. Nitin, and the one thing he came across as supremely organised, and that's what you want. And it's not an easy job, is it? Because he's combined players from all 4 teams that competed in the Pro Club Challenge. 3 of them all got through. PFC missed out. So he's obviously done his homework, and he's not picked from favourites. I mean, there's a temptation, isn't there, to pick a load of players that you play with at your club level. But he's got spread the wealth, if you like, in terms of national team selection, with PFC, Royal Cavaliers, Brotherhood VN, and the VN Brothers all having representatives.
Yeah, that's great as well. And another thing that I have to shout out the player manager for Vietnam for doing is bringing in Traitor Kid. The kid had a fantastic performance
for Brotherhood VN.
For Brotherhood VN in the One Play Pro Club Challenge, and the manager wasted no time in recruiting him for his C Nations Cup team.
This is just like real football. This is what happens if a goalkeeper in the real game has a blinder. The press, the people that cover it are saying the national team manager's got to pick him. Nitin spoke and Trong Dang listened, and that's why Traitor Kid is in the starting lineup tonight. Right, you are in for a treat once more. We do things properly here at One Play Sports. We do not do things by half. And to that end, we're now going to cross live to Brunei for Tuhan Peliharatan Sultan. It's the national anthem of Brunei, sung by Mayo Rosnaldo Ong. That was absolutely beautiful. Mayo, thank you very much. Indeed, don't forget, if you want to sing your national anthem, you can WhatsApp or email your versions in. And that's right up there. We had a great rendition of the Malaysian national anthem, didn't we, with Aisha, Aaron and Arin when we had Malaysia against Thailand on Wednesday. But that is absolute mustard. Congratulations to you, Mayo. Now, please remain upstanding wherever you are watching in the world as we cross over live to Ho Chi Minh for the Vietnamese national anthem, Chen Quang Ca, sung for us by... It's sung for us by, I'm trying to remember who it's sung for us by.
The cool guy, right?
The cool guy it is. Apologies, thank you, Nitin. Apologies to the cool guy. He is one of the players for Vietnam, and he will give us the rendition of Chen Quang Ka. Ah, lovely. That is superb work from the cool guy. And listen, I happen to know he's a little bit camera shy, so it took a lot of guts to do that. More guts than the rest of his teammates had, who declined to sing the anthem. That's the cool guy. You'll see him playing up front on the left wing for Vietnam in just a couple of moments' time. I've got that Friday FIFA feeling. What about you? Nitin, have you got that Friday FIFA feeling?
Yeah, I wish I had a controller in my hands, to be honest.
You get jealous at times like this, don't you?
I do. I wish I was at home playing.
But you've got the next best thing. You've got the best thing in the house, along with everyone watching at home. One Play Sports bring you the Group A clashes between Vietnam and Brunei in the One Play Sports C Nations Cup. It's prediction time.
Okay, I'll go with Vietnam both games. Close games, maybe 2-1 the first game and 1-0 in the second game.
So 2-0 in Brunei. They fancy this to score
2-1
twice away and 1-0 at home.
Yeah.
Let's get some shout-outs while I wait for confirmation from Youssef, our dear friend at VPG, Virtual Pro Gaming, our tournament directors, that we can cross live pitchside to the Hassan El Barkaya Stadium. Shout-outs to Skycrown. He's with us again tonight. Karong Lee Min is with us. Great to have our friends from Vietnam watching. Fahmi Masbar is here. Don Tuan. Great to see so many of you from Vietnam joining us tonight. Make sure you stay with us for all our great One Play Sports esports action. Are you ready, friends? Let's cross live pitchside to the Hassan Al Barkaya Stadium for the first of two matches tonight. It's Brunei against Vietnam in Group A. So, it's going to be very, very interesting, Nitin. You think we're going to get a feel for just how good Brunei can be early on in this game. I wonder if nerves will come into it because, of course, all the Vietnam boys, bar a couple, have been playing in the One Play Pro Club Challenge. They'll be used to this environment and the pressure that's on them, with thousands watching around the world on the One Play Sports Facebook page. Not necessarily the case for the Bruneians as we wait for kickoff. It's going to be Brunei, I'm told, in the yellow and Vietnam in the red. Brunei playing from left to right in this first half. Vietnam in their familiar red playing from right to left. Slight delay while they wait to kick off. Speaking to Mag Kaleli earlier, Nitin, he was concerned about the lag. That was Vietnam's main concern. And you'd think, I mean, it sounds silly, doesn't it? But which country has the best internet speed? Do you know I was in Qatar recently, and Qatar has the highest internet speed anywhere in the world, even higher than Singapore. So it does play a part.
Definitely. In terms of which team in the region, I would guess Singapore has the best facilities. But as we can see here, the Vietnam manager was right to have his concerns about the leg. It's a little bit jumpy. Very laggy.
It's a little bit jumpy. We've already seen that Wazza is easily identifiable with the red hair, as is Rose Blink. Here is Mag Kaleli, the player manager of Vietnam. Jiao Din, we saw plenty of Jiao Din for the Vietnam brothers, and they're in here. The flag stayed down. He's onside. That was great covering the fence. I think that was covering the fence by Zal there, the left back, who did well, did what he had to do.
Yeah, that was great covering by Zal. And the defender Apache did well to get the ball away as well. So good teamwork overall at the back.
Throw into Vietnam. This is a very jumpy game. Now, Nitin, if everyone's not familiar with the esports situation, who is to blame for this lag? Brunei are the host of this game. So is this a Brunei connection issue, or Vietnamese, or just a generic EA server issue?
It could be one of three. It could be the Brunei team's connection. It could be the EA servers, and it also could be the Vietnamese connection to the Brunei server.
You'd have to say, though, it probably plays into the hands of the underdogs a bit more because it can act as a leveller, can't it? The game is played at a slower pace, which you think would make it easier for the team that might be on paper outmatched.
That's what you think, but I have known players who are at the top of their game who can play despite the leg, so it's sometimes to their advantage as well.
Saw a touch there from the Cool Guy. He's on it again, Cool Guy, who gave us that great rendition of Chen Quang Ka, the Vietnamese national anthem, and he'll take the throw. They're looking for options. Feed remains a little bit jumpy, has to be said, as the Cool Guy looks and goes down the line, and that is headed straight back to him. That's good work from Khan, but Khan is dealt with well by Apache, the centre-back of Brunei.
Yeah, Apache heavily involved so far in the first 12 minutes. He's done well for his side.
Chances at a premium here. Remember, Thailand and Malaysia will be watching this. I think they'll be hoping for 2 draws, won't they? That's what will suit them all. There was a tug on the shirt there. That was a risky passage of play, and was that? I think that might have been either Apache or Fuzzy Brew, who took a right chance there, having a tug at the shirt knit, and you've seen them given, haven't you?
Yes, definitely. It's not recommended to make challenges like that in the box. The FIFA referees are a bit jumpy, and he could be facing a penalty.
I think it was Rose Bling, actually, of the Royal Cavaliers that had a little bit of a tug there. Meanwhile, Brunei find some space. They're holding their own here as they come down the flank with Findaj.
Both teams, I have to say, have been dealing with the leg well so far.
Fazza, Tafi, Tomcat, class on the ball. Tomcat from Pew FC. Incidentally, Nitin, do you know what the average age of the Vietnamese team is?
Yep, 19.
Correct, it's 19.
Le.
You're supposed to set me up there by saying 23 or something. You've ruined my joke again. I thought we were supposed to be a comedy double act.
I do that quite often, don't I?
Yes.
I'm not very funny.
Apache, you are very, very funny. Make no mistake. Apache. Here's Zar. Great ball from Zar. Good vision to play in Fief. Fief to the edge of the area. Looks for the cross. And it's well gathered in by Mad Kaleli, I think it was, and they can get it away knitting. But this is an even start. Brunei having their share of possession. Oh, that was risky from Apache.
Ooh.
Took a liberty there and just about got away with it.
Really good close control, but again, his distribution from the back wasn't good enough, and Vietnam on the attack again.
Here's Heisenberg. Reminder, this is the first of 2 games tonight. We're playing currently in Brunei. The second game will be at the Mai Dinh National Stadium in Vietnam, but he'll be going there with the early advantage. That was an acrobatic effort that came in from Vietnam. I think that might have been Jimmy who struck, but there was nothing doing. Great atmosphere inside the Hassan Al Bolkiah Virtual Stadium tonight, isn't it? And as you'd expect from a big international clash like this,
Yeah.
you wouldn't expect Brunei to feature in the Suzuki Cup. They could get the open. Oh my God! Has he missed? How has Fee missed that? Look for all the world that it was going to be 1-0. He just couldn't bend it in. Side the post.
It was a fantastic run. He has found perfectly by his teammate. The shot across goal was the right idea, but he just got the angles a bit wrong, and very unlucky by Fifth there. And Vietnam have got away with a real scare there.
Well, Fifth, the striker, the centre forward of Brunei, not being able to finish, and that was a very important interception from Fuzzy Brunei.
Yep, the Brunei defence have been holding up.
Oh,
so
they
far.
could be in here this time.
But
Vietnam are
having
through. What a save from the Brunei keeper, but he can do nothing about the rebound. That is some finish from Jimmy. Jim, overhead kick. Vietnam lead 1-0 just after Brunei probably should have scored. That's spectacular, Nitin Nambiar.
Yeah, that's a fantastic finish. Again, the presence of the striker put the defenders off there. The overall attack from Vietnam has been good, and we've seen them capitalise with a 1-0 lead at the moment.
Again, I'll await your expert tactical analysis. It does appear that Brunei are playing quite high up the pitch, and they're inviting those balls over the top, which actually led to that goal in the end. Here's Fifth, who probably should have scored just a couple of moments before that. There's still 11 minutes to go before half-time. Can they level it out? But John!
Oh, my God.
That brushed the side netting. John nearly levelling it up straight away.
Yeah, you know what? Brunei can be considered unlucky not to be level at this point. They've been good overall, both defensively and offensively, and that one time they were caught out at the back, they've conceded. So it's a bit of an unlucky start by the Brunei players. It's
very much game on here. Shout outs to Fahmi Masbar, who's still with us. Big audience watching this around the world. The One Play Sports C Nations Cup, our second match night.
Apache there with another header away. He's been rock solid for his side despite conceding a goal.
They simply can't now afford to concede a second before half time. Here's the Cool Guy. Great cross, Cool Guy. Great save. Cast up the rebound. And Gio Dinh has doubled the Vietnamese lead. Jiodin of VM Brothers. It was a great initial save from Zikoi, but they are being punished here. Every mistake capitalised on by the Vietnamese.
Yep, you know, I've been very complimentary of the Brunei defence, but for that goal, they were in a bit of a shambles. Very bad defending, and they've been made to pay now twice by Vietnam.
Fahmi Masbar says, we support FIF. Mukris Khairul Anwar is with us. Get the shout-outs on the Facebook page. Comment with us. Like, share, follow, comment is the name of the game, as Brunei need to get back into this game, and quickly. They're not going to do it like that. Mad Khalili mops it up quite comfortably.
Yeah, one thing I'll say is the Brunei's defensive line is a bit too high, and that's a bit of a naive move from a team that probably doesn't have as much experience as the Vietnamese do. If you notice, the Vietnam team don't have their defensive line too high up, and that's been benefiting them so far.
Yeah, a couple of defensive mistakes have been seized on. They can't make it 3 before half-time, can they? Jiodin, we're almost at the 45-minute mark. We know what Heisenberg can do. Already an assist in the tournament. Good ball through, headed away well by Apache. But Vietnam, every time that they get into that final third, and they look like they're capable of scoring.
Yep, and having said that, the Brunei team look like they're capable of conceding as well. So offensively, the Bruneians have been really good, but defensively, there's plenty to work on there for them.
Half-time whistle at the Hassan El Bolkiah Stadium, and Vietnam have 2 big goals that are very nearly, you'd think, wrapping up a 3-point start to their Group A campaign. And there's no getting away from it, Nitin. They have been impressive, the boys in red. Though, having said that, and you've already mentioned it really, Brunei have had their opportunities. They simply have to score early in the second half, you fancy, to think of getting anything out of this game.
Yeah, they have to. I think they've been much better offensively, the Bruneians. So plenty to work on the second half. They've got a feel of how the Vietnamese play already now, so they've got a better understanding of what they need to do in the second half, and I hope they can achieve their target and hopefully get a goal to make things a bit more interesting.
Yeah, Jet Mohammed, Shukran, they're all getting involved in the comments. We've got Dat Young as well. I think Vietnam are proving that the decision to leave them unseeded may well come back to bite the likes of Malaysia and Thailand. Those 2 goals in the first half, expertly taken, and that overhead bicycle kick from Jimmy. Everyone loves a bicycle kick, Nitin, don't they?
Yeah, we all do. It's a fantastic finish. A bit of a shame how the goal came about. There was a bit of a melee in the box, and the striker found his opportunity, got the scissors kick away, and 2-0.
Just by the way, if you're wondering why we're sitting so far apart, guys, of course, social distancing, very important. We'll be sanitising as well before the second game. Put the fist out to show how far away we are. Second half is underway. Brunei in the yellow, playing from right to left in the second half. They've simply got to score early. Vietnam playing from left to right in the red. And there's been glimpses of ability from Brunei, but I think what we're learning in this first match, Nitin, is that Vietnam have got quality all the way through the lineup, 1 to 11, and maybe Brunei have got a couple of weak links in there somewhere.
Yeah, definitely. I think the Brunei players are used to playing off a high level. They are in the One Play Pro Cup Challenge, and you can see...
Oi, John! Straight at the keeper. Traitikin with his first meaningful save.
Yeah, Traitikin with a comfortable save there, I have to say, was straight at him.
Rose Blink is lost out. Red gets it to Rude. Rude to A-John. A-John can pull the trigger. We've already seen that, but Vietnam escape, and this is where they're so dangerous. Just after Brunei scored nearly scored in the first half, they capitalised and scored one of their own.
Yeah, Brunei look like a really decent side going forward, but plenty to improve on at the back for sure.
Here's Jiodin, the scorer of the second goal, looking for support. Jiodin inside Brunei territory. Rose Blink, lovely work from Rose Blink, the cool guy. Look at that little chip, cute pass with the touch from Jiodin, and Tomcat's all over it. Tomcat might still get this, and he does. Great hustle from the Tomcat. Never mind Tomcat, he's Topcat.
Yeah, he's had a really good game so far, Tomcat.
Down the line they go. FIF, who should have scored, remember, in the first half for Brunei. Lovely work from Ru. Wazza, space down the right-hand side. Can they get the cross in? Rose Blink stands up well. Rose Blink does very well indeed, and he finds Tomcat, and Brunei just can't get it going offensively. And this is where they're getting numbers forward as well, Vietnam. But that pass was wayward. If that had been on target, that pass, Brunei could have been in bother.
Yep, Vietnam is playing very patiently, waiting for their chance to counter, and I'm sure they'll get their opportunity.
Hey John, Rose Blink intercepts. Vietnam are coming again, a third game, and you can stick a fork in this first match of the night, surely. But Wazza does the job for Brunei on this occasion. Nice first touch from Rid. Here's FIF. FIF looking for options. He probably should have gone right there, I think, Nitin, but Rude has still come away with it anyway.
Yeah, I've noticed the Brunei players trust Rude a lot. He's very comfortable on the ball.
Decent cross from Wazza. No yellow shoulder into a more deep-lying role in this here. Vietnam with Kong. Might have thought back of the net. Is it all about timing?
Helps you get your shots on target and get them in with more power.
Israq says, come on, Brunei, bad boy. Anabis getting goal, just about got there.
Could have been a pen.
On the left-hand side, Fuzzy Brew just getting a touch in time, but I don't think there's a way back for them in this game now, Brunei, as they're knitted.
Yeah, Vietnam look really comfortable. The Bruneians are looking a bit lost in the second half. Perhaps a change in formations is due for the second leg.
Kakash Kentai finds Geodin. Geodin, lovely work from Geodin, but the pass was easily intercepted by Zar. Such a shame, it's a lot of good work wasted there.
Yeah, it's also good reading by the defender, so credit to the Bruneian midfielder there.
Here's Zar. Here's Rude. Nice work from Rude, but again, the final pass lacking. Heisenberg, Kung Pi, Tomcat's got the cool guy ahead of him. Can the cool guy get there?
Good reading by Sikoi.
Sikoi in goal, doing the job. He's not done too much wrong, Sikoi. He made a great save that, unfortunately for Brunei, was followed in by Geodin for the second Vietnamese goal. He's looked relatively solid. I suppose the good news for Brunei and Italy is they can try now and attempt to turn things around straight away with the second game immediately following this one in around about 2 or 3 minutes' time.
Yep, plenty of improvement to be done though. They've been totally outplayed here in the second half especially, so things aren't looking very good for them at the moment.
Now, who was that yellow card given to?
John To.
It was John. A. John, was it?
Yeah.
A. John, yeah, A. John Tro with the card. So he's in the book. Remember, 2 yellow cards during the tournament and you'll be suspended for the next game.
Oh, good ball.
A game and a half to go. That was a great ball, but the flag was up. Yes, just a note, Nitin, and it's if you get booked to the first half of the first game of the group stage, you've got to walk a tightrope for the rest of the tournament. I'll have to check with Youssef whether the bookings are expunged after the group stage. I think I asked him that, and he's such a cool man. He said that they weren't expunged. I think they go all the way through.
Come on, Yusuf.
Yusuf, our dear friend from Virtual Pro Gaming.
Got to change that rule, bro.
Doing a great job. Here's Rid. A goal for now for Brunei would be nothing but a consolation. Ferdaj, Rid, edge of the area, walks into a brick wall, and Makaleli can get it away. Makaleli's been rock solid, the player manager at the back for Vietnam tonight, Nitin.
Yeah, he's been solid. I think it's fair to say that the whole Vietnamese team have been solid overall.
Well, that's what they've been reduced to, really, isn't it? All the way through the game, Brunei.
That's a bit of desperation
taking
there,
pot shots from a long way out, and they've been unable to find a way past what we know is an exceptional goalkeeper in the traitor kid. And it looks like, well, we're certain now that the 3 points are going to be Vietnam's. Can they put the icing on the performance with a third goal? Might well do. The cool guy. Have they won a corner with the last kick of the game?
The cool guy's got some cool skills, doesn't he?
First corner of the match, this, isn't it? I think it's the first corner. Right, in injury time at the end of the game.
Goal!
Edge of the area, and they block it. And that will do it. Jiao Din and Jimmy have given Vietnam, on the face of it, Nitin, a well-deserved 2-0 victory, and the 3 points are in the bag for Vietnam. And with that goal difference, obviously notwithstanding, they've got to play another game. They go straight to the top of the table already.
Yeah, definitely. I think the Bruneians, they were good in the first half. They had plenty of attacking threat, but in the second half, the Vietnamese kind of understood how the Bruneians were going to play, and they just controlled the game from there. Yeah. So a well-deserved 2-0 win.
And we talked about Vietnam. I mean, they weren't seeded in this competition, which was controversial. Only can have 4 seeds. And Indonesia, despite not playing in the One Play Pro Club Challenge, they've obviously got a wealth of talent there, which gave them the seeding. But a bit like when the teams in the One Play Pro Club Challenge have changed their names to avoid being seeded in this competition, I should think Vietnam are going to thrive on this, aren't they?
Yeah, definitely. They've proven in the Pro Club Challenge that they're a team. They are a country with lots of talented FIFA players, and they're proving it here today again with a comfortable win over Brunei.
I think we're just seeing the second goal here, are we, from Jiao Din, the bicycle. Was it Jiao Din with the bicycle kick or Jimmy? It was Jimmy, wasn't it?
Bang!
Yeah, Jimmy.
What a finish, though.
Bicycle kick. The keeper absolutely nowhere, having made a good save. Nice celebration as well. Doing the bird dance there, I think, is he, to celebrate?
Vroom. It's like a motorbike move, I guess.
I thought he was doing the chicken.
I don't think he was doing this with the hands like imitating a motorcycle.
This is the Jiao Din strike that we'll see again. It couldn't be any easier. And he, to be fair, he followed up his own shot there, so he did the hard work. Look at the running in the box, losing their markers. Great save initially in the goal for Brunei by Zikoi, but he could do nothing about the follow-up.
Yeah, good save by the keeper, but like all good strikers or attackers do, they follow up the rebound. That's exactly what Jiao Din did there perfectly.
Tran Tam says that Rose Blink is the best gangster in Vietnam.
Rose Blink's the best gangster.
Yeah. Tran Tam also says Vietnam, go, go, go. We've got Dat Nyung saying Trung is the best goalkeeper in Vietnam.
This was Brunei's chance.
You know, like it was going in, didn't it?
Very unlucky.
Just faded away at the wrong moment. And of course, that would have been to make it 1-0. And Vietnam scored seconds after that.
Yep, the traitor kid did well to cover that angle as well. So, a very unlucky miss, but credit to the keeper who did his job.
So, what do you do if you're the Brunei manager and the Brunei manager is Afif? What do you do if you're Afif now to try and change things around in the second game, when bearing in mind they'll be playing away as well at the My Dinh National Stadium of Vietnam?
I would change my formations.
They both went 4-3-3, so what can they do to try and change? Do you play 5 in the midfield?
So the wide formation hasn't been working, so maybe try a 4-1-2-1-2 narrow, which gives you lots of options with regards to late running midfielders.
The one thing I'd say about that, Nitin, though, is he seemed to be having so much success, the cool guy down that left-hand side. If they give him even more space, but I suppose what have they got to lose at this point? They need to desperately try and get something
Exactly,
out of
you need
game.
to get the 3 points here. So no point letting Vietnam take another 3 points and go top of the group, and you're 6 points behind Vietnam now. So Brunei need to just buckle up, try and get the win. Shout
out to Haikal Tasni. Duncan Elias, the great Duncan Elias is watching live with us tonight.
Hey.
Duncan, hope you're well. Duncan and his lovely wife Natasha just enjoying live with their new baby Caden. And Duncan very cruelly said that to get baby Caden to sleep, they actually put the One Play Sports C Nations Cup coverage on. I took that as an offensive comment.
Man, at least Caden's watching, so thanks, Caden. Appreciate that.
Thank you very, Caden. Anubis Gaming are with us as well. Great to see us all building communities. Remember, get it up for them, Victor. Like, share, follow, comment. It's all about LFC on Facebook. And that goes for our show, of course, and also all the other great shows on the network during this terrible COVID-19 situation. We're delighted to be teaming up with our friends at Sports Singapore to bring you a great strand of programming Monday through to Friday in the daytime and the evening as well. We, of course, here with 6 days a week of FIFA action, and the Sports Singapore team doing a great job of keeping you fit, healthy, exercising and eating well during COVID-19. Don't go anywhere, folks. The second game of the night is on the way. We'll be crossing over to Vietnam in just a couple of moments' time for Vietnam against Brunei.
Coming up on One Play Classic this week.
Just checking up on the Facebook comments page. Great to have Syria with us. Says Syria represent. That's Mukris Khairul Anwar's there. Shafi bin Fazrul here. Crossing seems so optional on the 11 versus 11. I'm not entirely sure. Shafi saying something about when you're playing Pro Club in the 11-11 format, obviously crossing, it's going to be slightly harder because you're trying to be in sync. I mean, does that make it harder or easier that you're trying to be in sync with a human?
I think it makes it easier because when you're playing a one-on-one, you're crossing to a robot who's going to be taken over by you. With regards to Pro Clubs, you're crossing to a player who could already be making the run across the defender and getting the goal. So I think it's easier in Pro Clubs because your strikers are moving constantly.
You actually predicted 2-1, didn't you? No, you predicted 2-1 in the first game.
Yep.
You were very close. You've predicted a 1-0 win for Vietnam in the second game, Newton. On the back of what you've seen, surely you're going to go for a bigger margin of victory than that.
No, I think the Bruneians will close up shop a bit. They'll have realized that the high line in that first half was a really bad idea. So a bit naive from them in terms of this could be their first professional competition. So
and again,
can't blame them.
Just like the Suzuki Cup, obviously not an ideal start, losing your first 2 games, but you could still qualify. I reckon there's going to be some twists and turns to come between now and the middle of June when this competition finishes. Let's cross live to the My Dinh National Stadium in Vietnam for match 2 of the night. We switch for the reverse fixture. It's Vietnam against Brunei live here on One Play Sports. So we get the final warm-up page. This is the signal when the butterflies start going and all the tummies of our One players getting ready for the match. Nitin, so what are you starting to think when this screen comes up? Do you start getting your adrenaline flowing and your joints jumping, ready for action, limbering your fingers?
Yeah, limbering the fingers, just getting my teammates ready, speaking to them, telling them, guys, let's stay calm and keep to the game plan.
So, here we are, the My Dinh National Stadium. It will be Vietnam in the red again, left to right first half. Brunei in the yellow, right to left. Vietnam, as it stands, will finish the night top of Group A after every team has played 2 matches.
Yeah, and they deserve to be top as well. They've been great in that first game. And if they continue that in this game, I'm sure they'll leave with 3
No
points.
goals in the second half of the first match, but do you think that's because they just took their foot off the gas a little bit? Look at that, by the way, look at that wonderful leave.
Yeah, a bit of Vietnam just taking their foot off the gas, as well as the Bruneians sorting out their defense and that high line.
New player on the pitch for Brunei, El Mino is there. And Odi, I think, has been brought in as well. He's 5th, the player manager. Gio Ding gets it off him. Kakashi. Couple of changes from Brunei. We were expecting to see Odi and Rummings as well.
Yeah, this Heisenberg at CDM is a real quality player as well. And just as I said that, he loses the ball.
Yeah, it's always the way when you're a commentator. It's in Brotherhood VN Heisenberg plays for, who had that incredible game when Schrader Kid pulled out the goalkeeper performance of the competition. Here's El Mino, the new player. Unfortunately, runs into Gio Din, who he knows is a good player.
Oh,
But
good
good
person.
hustle from El Mino. El Mimo with a good ball. They're onside here. Lovely turn from Thief. Thief looks for the option. Can get a shot away into the area. Odi! Oh! Just over the bar. He went for place, but maybe power was the way to go.
Yeah, but positive start. 7 minutes in, Brunei don't look overwhelmed at all. They look like they're really comfortable, and good to see them create a chance so early on.
El Mimo got a touch on that, but it's out for a throw. Kakashi, no changes to Vietnam's 11, it appears. Who's, you know, it's still early stages in the tournament, but who's impressed you so far most out of the 4 teams you've seen? Thailand and Malaysia on Wednesday, and tonight Brunei and Vietnam.
It's hard to say because I would go with Vietnam because they've done really well in that first game. But Malaysia and Thailand, we know their quality sides. It's just a matter of time before they start.
Oh,
showing.
lovely pass from El Mimo. Thief with a chance! Brunei! El Mimo comes into the starting lineup, lays it on for Thief, and what a finish! And having been beaten on their own patch, Brunei lead in Nam. It's Brunei 1, Vietnam 0.
Yeah, we saw Fifth miss with a similar chance in that first leg. Just past the post, but no mistake this time around. Fantastic finish, great run. A well-deserved lead for Brunei in this opening 12 minutes.
And just as we were writing the obituary for Brunei's chances in this tournament, or starting to think about it anyway, they've proved that they have got the quality and the skills to pay the bills, and they'll get the decision here as well. Are Vietnam being too complacent here, Nitin? Who saw this coming after they won in Brunei 2-0? They are now trailing. The good news for them, they're still 75 virtual minutes to go in the match.
You know, to be fair, in that first leg, Vietnam looked really positive offensively, but defensively they looked a bit out of shape. But they seem to have sorted that out so far in these first 15 minutes, which is great news.
This is the space I talked about down the left-hand side for the cool guy, Nitin. They left him on his own. The cool guy's into the area. 1 touch, 2 touch, but Zar dispossesses. Not going right for the Vietnamese here so far.
Yeah, the cool guy should try and mix things up. He tries to do skills a bit too much. Maybe keep it simple once in a while and go with the skills in other times.
What a difference this El Mimo's made to the team coming in for the second leg. Credit where it's due. Here's Friday. Here's El Mimo again. Looking really sharp, El Mimo. Can he pick out 5th again? They surely can't go 2 up, can they? Not this time. Heisenberger gets it away as Kunpi finds space. They are leaving gaps at the back, aren't they, Brunei? Can they be exploited?
Oh, well dealt with there.
It's Wan, I think. Just about dealt with it okay. Here's Rid.
Yeah, speaking about El Mimo, he's got a really short player, really low centre of gravity, so he's got really good close control and speed.
When you play Nitin, what kind of player are you?
I'm a mid-sized player. I like my strength. I've got players in my team who are short and small like Mimo as well.
Here we go down the left-hand side. El Mimo, the man of the moment that laid the goal on for Afif. Not that Afif shouldn't be denied the credit for a wonderful finish. Odi. Oh, that's no good from Odi. And what's your name on FIFA?
I just put Nitin on my back.
Oh, lovely.
Simple.
What's the name that comes up when you're on the ball on the top of the screen?
Nitin
Just
Nam.
Nitin.
That's my
Nitin Nam.
Nitin Nam is
And
my
by the way,
PSN
folks,
ID.
that's his Instagram as well. He does love an Instagram follower at Nitin Nam. Here's Fifth again, the goal scorer. OD, Heisenberg, solid as a rock, as Tomcat can bring it away. Vietnam, though, doing much more defending than they are attacking in this second game. That's a fluff clearance. They'll get a chance now with ex-Con P, the cool guy. Too many skills, says Nitin. What's he going to do here? He's got 2 yellow shirts around him. Finds Tomcat, though. Tomcat, the cool guy, acting as a screen, comes into the area. And Wamboy gets it clear.
Now, how great would it be to have all 4 teams on 3 points at the end of the first round?
It'd be great. Oh, Jaldin's ball, couldn't keep it in. Doi sees it out for a goal kick. That's a great point, Nitin, because it really would leave the group alive. And even Brunei, who after that first game, you're thinking they lose 2-0 at home, they just didn't look like they had the strength in depth. And here's me saying they've not got strength in depth. They make a change for the second game, and it's improved them no end.
Yeah, El Mimo's made a huge difference to this game. His pressing and his overall ability on the ball has improved the Vietnam side, I have to say.
The cool guy was singing the national anthem at the start of the show. Is he going to be singing the blues on his own patch at the Maidin National Stadium at the end of this? Because the clock is starting to tick away now. Still 57 minutes to play, but we're...
Oh, good skills by Tomcat.
11 and a half to half-time. Here's the cool guy. Tomcat. Lovely running from the cool guy. Cool guy gives it to Gio Din. Gio Din looks for the option, and somehow they get it away. It was Fuzzy Brew, I think, that cleared it.
Yeah, very unlucky by Vietnam. Their great build-up play.
Rose Blink. This game, if it stays at 1-0, this game is not going to be over to the final whistle. And you could think, you get the feeling there's a goal in Vietnam at any given moment. Could it be this moment? The cool guy's in the area. Cool guy, again, maybe trying to do a bit too much.
Yeah, they're definitely confident in their offensive ability, the Vietnamese. They constantly have the 3 players you see on the top right now. Those 3 guys never come back to defend. Those 3 guys are always on the halfway line looking to counter. So Vietnam definitely not lacking in attacking threat.
Nyong Cha Biao Kang says, come on Vietnam. Lots of Vietnamese getting behind their team on the Facebook comment section. Remember to LSFC, like, share, follow, comment. Where's that going out for?
It's a cheap corner given away by Matt Kalele.
Oh, a yellow card as well. All going wrong for Vietnam. And it's the cool guy. He seemed like a nice, quiet chap when he was singing the national anthem. Now he's picking up yellow cards like a dirty so-and-so.
Not very cool there.
Oh, scramble.
Oh, my God!
How's he put that wide? How on earth has he missed that? Now, was that a thief or was it Kush?
You know, I really want to see Brunei get the 3 points here, so a 2-goal lead would have been fantastic for them going into the break, but super unlucky not to see that effort going.
This level, Nitin, if you don't shake those chances, you're going to be punished, aren't you? And they could be punished right here. The cool guy, Kung Pi, lovely
ball.
Square ball, Gio Din, and the Brunei defence stands firm.
Yeah, the backline of Brunei has significantly improved since the first leg, which is fantastic to see. And their attacking prowess is still there, so great job by the team manager.
Really open game this, and I get the feeling it might get even more wide open in the second half with Vietnam chasing. Just the 2 minutes of time to be added on at the end of this first stanza. And look, Brunei, I think, are just playing for half-time now, aren't they?
Yeah, I would do the same, to be honest, if I'm being pressured the way Vietnam have pressured us. By us, I mean Brunei.
Yeah, well, who are you supporting? Well, you're supporting Brunei,
I always support the underdog. Always.
That works, I suppose, if you're a Singaporean, because Singapore tend to be the underdogs, don't they?
That's true.
Well, good game and good play from El Mimo and Afif, whose goal in the 12th minute has given advantage to Brunei. The $64,000 question is, can they hold on in the second half, Nitin?
I hope they can.
You don't sound confident.
I'm not confident, but they look like they've significantly improved their defense, so that's a huge positive for the Brunei team, who have been good offensively in both legs so far. So fingers crossed they maintain the lead and take the 3 points.
That's impressive, isn't it? 60% possession for Brunei away from home against the well-fancy Vietnamese. Crucially, the shots are... I'm just looking at those stats. Hold on a second. That doesn't make sense to me, because Brunei are the away team here. It says no shots on target, but they've scored a goal. Is that one of those FIFA blips that you're always telling me about?
FIFA isn't accurate.
But
not
it's
all the
FIFA.
time at least.
It's FIFA.
Then how can you explain there's a shot on target without a goal?
I'm going to write a very strongly worded email to the boss of EA Sports. I'm not having this. They're putting us away on our award-winning coverage.
Yeah, from studio at oneplaysports.com.
Correct. Second half about to get underway. Brunei in the yellow, playing from left to right. Vietnam having to come from behind here. Playing from right to left.
Come on, Brunei, hold on to the lead.
I should say Vietnam playing from right to... Yes, right to left. I got it right. Brunei playing from left to right. Vietnam right to left. Got there in the end. Here's Rose Blink. Well kept in by the cool guy. Only a card, remember. 2 yellows shown in this game to A. John and to the cool guy. Haven't seen any red cards in our 3 matches so far. Let's hope we don't get one in the 4th here. Haven't had a red card in the Pro Club Challenger either, have we? Are you surprised by that?
Yes, very surprised actually. I know from experience there are lots of dirty players in the Pro Club scene, and I haven't
El
seen
Mimo
one.
for fifth again. El Mimo! Great save. Traitor Kid comes to Vietnam's rescue.
You know, Fifth has such good close control. He dragged the ball back from his defender, got the shot away, and great save by Traitor Kid.
Apache. Tomcat read that beautifully, and now Vietnam have got space to exploit with Doi to Tomcat. More space down this near side for Gio Din, a goal scorer in the first game moments ago. Heisenberg, lovely quick passing. Gio Din, man free on the far side. The keeper's nowhere to be found. And Kunpi has capitalised on a shocking bit of goalkeeping. And Vietnam square it up in the early stages of the second half.
You know, this is what nerves does to you, and it's written all over the Brunei keeper there. He came out for a ball that he was never going to get to, came out way too early, and he's cost his side. Kun with a great goal, and it's 1-1.
Well, Kunpi, we pressed for VM Brothers, didn't he, in the Pro Club? And he's impressed again tonight, and again, Brunei conceding just after they probably should have scored.
Yeah, the problem with conceding goals like that is sometimes it can knock the sail out of your wins. And
the wind out of your sails.
Yeah, sorry, the wind out of your sails, and it could all go downhill from there. So I hope the Brunei team can recover from that mistake.
I suppose it works sails out of your wind as well, because you have to have the sails in the wind, don't you?
Exactly.
So it can be both way rounds. I was harsh on you though. I apologise.
Thanks, bro.
Unreserved.
Although I do admit I was wrong.
Thief. That doesn't happen very often. Here's El Mimo. Can the magician get them back running here? Thief and El Mimo, you get the feeling if they are going to win this game, they need those two to link up, and they've got to really rely on the luck at the back line, because they have shown frailties at the back in both games now, Brunei knitted.
Yes, but you know, you can't explain goals like that. It's just an error from one player that has cost the team, and it's sad to see, but it happens, and they've got to react to it.
Kunpi, the goal scorer, with the throw. Just confirming, Youssef, is Zikoi still in goal for Brunei? Yeah, confirmed from Youssef, our tournament director, from the wonderful people at VPG, Virtual Pro Gaming. It is Zikoi still in goal. He won't want to be playing that one back, will he? That's certainly not going to be our saves of the week highlight reel, that one.
Yeah, it could be in the blunders of the week, though.
That's one of the biggest blunders I think we've seen.
I think it is the biggest blunder we've
No, we
seen.
had that bot free kick from the goalkeeper, didn't we, in the Pro Club Challenge?
Is
it up there?
It's up there, for sure.
There's no excuse, because you're not a bot, are you?
Exactly.
Oh, look at
great
the space, the cool guy. He sung the anthem. Can he sing the goal now? No. Zah with great defensive work.
Yeah, good defensive work by Zah. I thought the cool guy would have had the pace to get past him, but great ability by Zah.
Kakashi.
Oh, good
lovely
ball.
pass. Doy's in here. Red shirts are high ahead of him. Kunpi went for the snapshot, and Ajon gets it away. Odie, they need to get the ball to El Mimo. If they're going to get this winning goal, it's going to be El Mimo and Afif, you think, that would be responsible for it.
It's a nice open game now, isn't it?
There's Fifth up that right-hand side. He needs to get more central. Look at the space. This is the you're right, Nitin. This is the most open game I think we've seen across both competitions so far. There's acres of space. It's like they're only playing with 9 men each on the pitch.
Yeah, it's great to see, though, and it just shows that both sides really want to get the 3 points, and let's see if one of these teams can come out with the victory in the end.
As it stands, Vietnam are going top of the table tonight, but will it be on 4 points or 6? If they can get a winner here in the final 20 virtual minutes, they are going to be a very tough team to topple, and there's going to be a free kick here given to Brunei, which is what they needed perfectly to relieve that pressure, Nitin.
Yeah, and you know, we've got 18 minutes left. I do fancy both sides having a decent chance each, so we could still see a winner by the end of it, and I hope it's Brunei.
Zico, his clearance goes to a red shirt, and Mad Kaleli, the player manager, brings it at Gio Dan. Well, the lag didn't help them there on that pass, did it, Nitin?
Nah, I don't think it was the lag. I think the pass wasn't accurate enough, but again, the leg doesn't help.
El Mimo, here's Rude. Can they find a Thief? They did there, but Tomcat helps get it away. They dispossessed him. Thief's in. Can they get the winner now? All hands on defensive deck, and somehow the trade ticket gathers it.
No, you've got to take chances like that when your opponent gives you an opportunity like that, especially in the 76th minute at 1-1. You've got to take those chances.
Here's Rid, pushing for the winner, Brunei, that would see I think Vietnam still top the table by virtue of goals scored. Here's El Mimo. Rude. Yes, even if they lost here, it would still be Brunei that top the table by virtue of goal scored and goal difference at the end of the first round of matches in Group A.
Yeah, great reading by Makelele there.
They might not need to rely on goal difference if they can get the winner late on. Is there a winning goal in this game, Nitin, with 10 virtual minutes to go?
I hope so.
Is there, though? I don't tell you what we all want, another goal, but
yes.
Is there going to be one? There is.
Yes.
The Notorious says yes. What do the players think? Gio Din is going to be the man that's going to try and make it happen. Here's Gio Din. Vietnam finishing with a flourish. 8 virtual minutes to go down the right-hand side. Cross comes in. It's a beauty. But headed away well by Zah.
Yeah, good defending there by Zah. Got in front of his man and beat his man to the header.
Here's Rose Blink. He's found the cool guy. Hey, John, I thought for a minute that might have hit his hand. But no shouts for penalty, and they play on. Gio Din, the Vietnamese, are starting to camp out in Brunei territory, going searching for the winner. Here's Jimmy Jim Jim to Kun Pi.
Oh, if they can get the counter here,
They've got numbers.
Overload.
They've got numbers. They've got numbers, Brunei. They need to move it quickly. They need to find a thief. They found a thief to the edge of the area. A thief. Can he win it for Brunei?
Oh, great defending there by Man Huan.
Man Huan doing the business. The centre-back of the Royal Cavaliers holding firm for his country. Rose Blink decides to go back to the Traitor Kid, and why wouldn't you? Traitor Kid, one of the best goalkeepers in the competition, but Traitor Kid's giving it away to Rid. Here's Odie and Rude. El Mimo, can he get the shot away? El Mimo!
No!
The Traitor Kid with an injury time save to preserve the point for Vietnam, and they've now got to defend the corner. Corner comes in. It's a melee. Can they finish?
Oh, is there a penalty?
He's given a penalty. Penalty in injury time to Brunei, and they'll have a chance to win it. What drama here. Brunei to steal 3 points when it looked like all they get was 1. The Traitor Kid against Thief. Thief against the Traitor Kid. And Thief wins it for Brunei. The Traitor Kid is beaten for the second time on the night. And the 3 points are going back to the Brunei. And the Sultan will be singing tonight, Nitin.
Yeah, definitely. You know, I've been to the Hassana Bolkiah Stadium with the Sultan there, and he's a huge football fan. So if he's watching, I'm sure he'll be so proud of the boys and the performance they put in today.
Of course he's watching. They've just got to clear it away once, and the final whistle will go. It could be a bit of history here. Are Brunei going to steal the points? They are.
They have.
What a performance. 2 goals from Thief. 1 with one of the last kicks of the game from the penalty spots. And the boys of Brunei, the underdogs, mean it's all level at the top of Group A after 1 round of matches. All 4 teams will start their second game with 3 points. And I tell you something, Nitin, that really was a sight to behold. We had to scramble back to the studio from our commentary position, and we were really out of breath. Usually, when the games in the final couple of minutes will just like casually drift back. But that late drama meant it was all hands on deck to get back here in time. What a finish.
What a finish, what a game. Brunei showed in that first leg a bit of naivety in terms of their defense. The line was a bit too high. They made adjustments in the second game, came back, got the win, and it's deserved. I think Vietnam deserved the win in that first game, and Brunei deserved the win in the second game.
Are we going to get a chance to see the highlights? I think maybe not. I think in all the excitement,
so.
I think Brunei maybe have come offline. We are going to see the highlights. Great stuff. Thank you very much,
Yes.
our tournament director, Youssef, making sure we see the highlights. And I want to see that penalty decision again. I don't know if we'll see the actual decision as opposed to just the penalty, but did you read what happened there, Nitin?
Yeah, I think there was a bit of a...
It was a melee, wasn't it?
Yeah, a huge melee in the box, and one of the Vietnamese players got a bit trigger happy, hit the slide button, and conceded the penalty.
I tell you what, FIFA's now got a big fan following on the Facebook comment section. Remember to like, share, follow, comment. And it looked like after they conceded that goal at the start of the second half, Brunei had blown their chance of the 3 points as well, didn't it? Here's the opener, I think.
Yeah, this was fifth effort.
What a strike. No chance for the Traitor Kid there.
Fantastic finish. We saw one in that first leg which went narrowly past the post. No mistakes from fifth this time. Fantastic finish past a great keeper in Traitor Kid.
And at that point, we were thinking, well, Brunei, are they going to lose at home and win away? But...
yeah, I think no denying they created the better chances in the second leg. Vietnam couldn't cope with the changes that the Brunei side made, and fair play to Brunei. This was another good chance by Fifth. Sadly, it was just a bit too straight at the keeper. No problems for the Traitor Kid there.
And when we see the Vietnamese goal, it'll be one that Zikoi, the Brunei goalkeeper, won't want to look back on because it came out of nothing. What was the keeper doing here, Nitin?
No,
absolutely nowhere.
I know what he was doing. He was coming out trying to anticipate the cross. We've seen that a few times from the Vietnamese team. They like to play these long, lofty balls into the box, and the keeper tried to come and claim it, but was nowhere near and cost his side the 1-1.
Lots of comments coming in on the Facebook page. Keep it going. Here is another shot that was well saved. That was the shot and the save from the Traitor Kid that led to the corner, that led to the goal. And this was Afif. Well, the Traitor Kid, there's not many better goalkeepers in this competition, but Afif sold him to his left, straight down the middle. Are you one of these players that likes to hit penalties straight down the middle and see the keeper dive?
Yes, I like to chip the keeper. It brings me lots of satisfaction. But scoring like Afif did there works as well.
Can you imagine as well? You say it brings you satisfaction in a normal scenario. How about the satisfaction it brings you when you're playing for your country, you've lost the first game at home 2-0, and then you come back out there, you go 1-0 up, you think you've blown it, you get the penalty. Talk about pressure. I don't care whether it's just a computer game on a PlayStation with a controller in your hand. hand. You're going to be shaking. Your nerves are going to be
Trust
jangling.
me, he was panicking at that moment. Going down the center is a smart move, but if the keeper stands straight and just gathers the ball, you look silly in front of thousands of viewers. So fair play to Afif, great penalty and a great win for Brunei.
Anubis Gaming says group wide open. Jiao Ung, good job Vietnam. I think we're ready to have a look at the updated table, are we? We'll remind you of how to get involved interactively with the tournament in just a moment. But look at that now. The goal difference of +1 means that Vietnam, courtesy of that 2-0 win in the first leg, are just with their noses ahead. But goodness gracious me, we have got some big games now. The pressure's going to be on all 4 of those teams when they start their second round of matches at the end of next week.
Yeah, we said Group A is the group of death, and after the first round, look at the table. Everyone's on 3 points. It's a fair name. The group of death is fair.
Remember to like, share, follow, comment. Great to see so many of you talking on the Facebook page today. LSFC, like, share, follow, comment. Get your emails in if you want to book a shout out in advance. studio@oneplaysports.com is the email address. And if you weren't with us at the start of the show, something we're doing, which I'm really enjoying, in this One Play Sports C Nations Cup, is we're giving you the opportunity to sing your national anthem. Have to congratulate 2 great renditions today. The Cool Guy for Vietnam and Mayor Ronaldo Ong for Brunei. The Brunei national anthem was sung absolutely superbly by Mayo, wasn't it?
Yeah, I thought it was very, haunting, and he really was feeling the full emotions of the song.
So do it. We need to do it together. Your country needs
you.
Film yourself singing your anthem in landscape. If you're from one of those 8 countries you see there, Singapore, Malaysia, Indonesia, Thailand, Myanmar, Vietnam, Brunei, or the Philippines, WhatsApp the video to us. WhatsApp your vid to +659 721 7756 or email it to studio@oneplaysports.com. That is what you need to do. Right, the action keeps on coming. Nitin and myself with you 6 days a week. The only night off we have is on Monday, and that is Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, Pro Club Challenge time, Wednesday, Friday, Sunday, One Play Sports C Nations Cup. And the 2 games that are coming up next, make sure you're with us tomorrow for the One Play Pro Club Challenge. Our first match in the round of 16, to the moon against La Rojak Football. Who's going through there, Nitin?
Ah, man, my heart goes with Singapore, but the brain goes with To the Moon. They've been fantastic so far. So it'll be a really close game, though. Thai champions against Singaporean champions. Yeah,
we saw a couple of the To the Moon players in the Thai national team on Wednesday, didn't we, when they shared the spoils with Malaysia. And if you're interested in the One Play Sports C Nations Cup, and let's face it, you're watching in Singapore, the Philippines, ooh, have we got a treat for you this Sunday. It's a sensational Sunday right here on One Play Sports, because Singapore take on the Philippines at the National Stadium, and in the Philippines they'll play 2 games, home and away for both. That's Sunday, 11 p.m. Singapore time, GMT +8. Now, whatever you're doing around the world, remember to take safe precautions, sanitise at all times, keep your social distancing, and listen to what your governments are telling you to do. We know it's a tough time, and we're blessed here, thanks to our teaming up with Sports Singapore, to be able to bring you this coverage and hopefully shine some light during a particularly bleak time. So from Nitin and myself, stay safe, enjoy what's left of your Friday, and the answer, what's left of your Friday, is about 60 seconds, and we will be back with you tomorrow night on Saturday for To the Moon against La Rojak, Thailand against Singapore at club level. Take care, everyone.